Well, I'm back here this morning. It looks like the rain's going to be a little bit later than they thought as far as when it arrives. So I'm going to go ahead and fuel up the excavator this morning and the dump truck. I'm going to go over there to, let me find the key for this. And I'm going to go over there to the corner of the dam where I still have some red clay and dig a few loads of that out. Haul it up there to the approach where it's going to tie into the road and see if I can get some of that corner cleaned out there. That way, if that does rain and it does fill up down there some, it will not interfere. I'm getting scared because they keep talking about a lot of rain, so I may try to get some of this cleaned up and maybe a little more dug out from right here. Absolute worst case, if it looks like it's going to start filling up, I'll come down here in the rain and dig all this out and just pile it up here on the bank and worry about it then. But while it's not raining, I'm going to take some of that clay up there and get it put in place and packed in before it turns to mud. I did clean the air filter out of the D6 yesterday. Come on. And as you can tell, it was very stopped up. And even more stopped up right there, and blew it out with the air compressor. So evidently I sucked in more ashes than I thought when I did those burn piles. Come on. It's a little hard to do one-handed there. So hopefully that'll breathe a little bit better and not smoke so bad. It's always smoke, but it just seemed like it was getting a little worse and worse. So I figured it had a little airflow issue. So let me start this up and fuel this up next. I got to pull it a little bit closer. First load for today. Kind of a load of topsoil and clay. I'm gonna dump on the edge up there, but it'll clean this edge right here up. Had a little bit left yesterday that I wasn't able to quite clean up and push with the dozer to trim this slope out. So I'm gonna load it out first thing and then go over there to the pile of red clay and load some more of that out and get that hauled up there to the road. Just kind of keep looking at my phone at the radar every 30-45 minutes and make sure that I have enough time to get this spread out and rolled in before it rains, because it's better to have dirt left in the pond that's still compacted than it is to have it up there on the ground uncompacted if it's going to rain that much, because it's just going to soak up all that moisture and turn into a giant pile of mud. But also if the pond fills up and it's underwater, that may be worse than having mud. At least I can spread it out and let it dry. I'd hate to have to drain the pond down and dig out 10 loads of dirt. So that's why I'm here today. Get this finished up. Or closer to being finished up. I think I burnt more fuel yesterday hauling the dirt up there than I did like a whole day moving dirt down here, just because of the further distance. It sucks it down when you have to hold that throttle down to the floor. So that's one thing you got to kind of figure in when you're pricing these jobs, is how far the dirt has to be moved, because the farther it has to be moved, a whole lot more wear and tear and fuel you burn in that truck right there. The excavator doesn't really matter. You're still loading the same amount whether it's got to be hauled 500 feet or 5,000 feet. But the dump truck, it likes fuel when you try to hammer down with it. All right, and trim that out with the dozer, and we'll go over here and get set up to load clay out. Back to the bright red clay. There might be more dirt here than I remember there was. Probably end up stockpiling some. I got to put in a couple more culverts on the road in case I need some dirt for that. But at least get this corner pulled up the hill a little bit farther. I'll haul as much as I can up there for the road. Even if I need some dirt, I'm only going to need like maybe 4 or 5 loads, I think, for everything else. So I should be good to go ahead and dig up as much as I need. Kind of finish this corner of the pond up. Up with so much dirt leftovers because I knew we were going to need some dirt up there, and I started cutting down that. I was able to cut that section out a lot deeper than I thought with that rock that's in the ground. And I ended up with a little bit of extra clay, which it kind of all worked out because I needed it up there. I was going to dig a borrow pit over there in the edge of the field, fill it in with junk out the pond, but if I don't have to move dirt twice, I'm perfectly fine with that. Alright, let me go dump that, and I'll keep coming back and getting some more and hauling up there. So this dirt is deceiving. That was literally 9 loads cut out right there. I've got 8 up there, that load to roll it in. I think I got enough dirt up there. Not 100% sure, so I'm gonna go up there with the dozer and spread it out, get that rolled in. If I need to haul a couple more loads up there, I will. And then the rest of this dirt's going to go back there in the back where I dug the dirt for that building pad and stockpile it back there in case they need it for anything on the farm. Then this corner should be dug out. So I think I have all the clay up here that I need. I'm going to drive up here with the truck and just drive over all of it since I don't have a smooth drum roller on site, and flatten it all out. That way it seals it off for all this rain that's coming. It's a little light sprinkle now, but I think I'm going to stockpile the rest of it up there where I dug the other borrow pit for the building pad. And I can kind of keep working on that because I'll be driving down the existing main road, so that shouldn't be a problem. But I'm gonna go ahead and get all this rolled in, that way it doesn't turn into a giant muddy mess. And the new driveway is going to tie in right there. He's going to end up planting trees right there to block the view of that house right there. So I'm just going to sit here and drive back and forth for about the next 10 or 12 minutes, moving over 18 inches, 2 feet at the time, and pack it all down. And whenever it's dry enough to work on the road, I'll start undercutting all that and getting it ready for stone. And away we go. Look at that corner shaping up. Maybe 3 more loads, probably 4. Taking off up through here. So the driveway is going to come through the field right there and then tie back in to the existing road right here. And then I just got to regrade this. It's going to follow this existing path all the way to up here, and then it's undecided, but this is nice and smooth. Really all I got to do on this probably 500 or 600 foot long spot is just strip the grass off and widen it out a little bit. We're going to do 18 feet wide and put stone down. But when we get to here, it's either going to take off and go straight through the woods and come around the back side, or follow the existing road right here and cross. Have to put in a culvert pipe right here, little metal strip. It's going to come up and go to the front side. So to be determined on that. Either one would be a beautiful view. If you did go that way, you could always get rid of this road right here and have all this field and or pasture or whatever it becomes. Everybody's on my phone today. And the view would be overlooking the pond from up here, so it would definitely be a very nice view. So we ended up hauling 6 loads of topsoil over there for the front slope of the building pad. And the house is going to sit somewhere right here. So that would definitely be a nice view overlooking that. Stockpiled some more topsoil there. And clay is going back up here on top of the hill where I dug the borrow pit. Which is kind of ironic, but is what it is. We'll end up needing it if we do the new driveway. It's going to come through the woods and then come around this side of the trees, and definitely would need it in there to cross that little valley in there. So it'll be up here if I need it. So it takes exactly 10 minutes to make a round trip with the dump truck. That's slow going. But luckily I only got maybe 5 or 6 more loads here. I hope. I'll take you on a ride once I get the truck loaded to show you everything and kind of see the pond a little better and get a feel for what's left to do out here. Just cut back here. Out. The reason I'm taking the dirt all the way up there to stockpile is, for one, in case the pond fills up from all the rain, which I hope it don't because I don't have the overflow in yet. But I did cut the spillway in roughly, so it would not breach the dam, but it would definitely become a mess because I'd probably have to siphon it back down to put the overflow in. But it was supposed to rain starting this morning, so I didn't want to tackle that and get halfway through putting the pipe in and it come a downpour and have an absolute disaster on my hands. So I'm gonna gamble and hope that it doesn't rain enough to fill it up. I don't know. It's going to take a lot of runoff to fill this up. stockpiling this up there for the potential new driveway, figuring out where it's going to go. I'll explain the new locations up there. We've got two possible options he wants to do. One's a little more extreme than the other, but it's all whatever he wants to do. But at least this corner will be dug out before I leave today. I will not have to stress over moving all this clay after the rain. So probably that was like 8 loads up there I took, 8 or 9. Then this is going to be like another 8 or 9. So 16 to 18 loads of clay left in this corner. That would have been a lot to just kind of have to come down here and bail out real quick if it was coming a flood. A little bit of topsoil, won't hurt anything to mix in with it. One more. Starting to see raindrops on the windshield. That's not good. Hauling dirt in the rain. So I'm going to finish this. Alright, let's jump in the truck and go haul this load up. Well, it looks like the rain is about to settle in for the day. I was able to get this cut out, ended up being 17 loads. So got all that cut out. So this corner is now done. If the pond does fill up to here, it will not interfere with anything. All that's left is that little cove up there that's just got to go pretty much up there to the grapple. And all that topsoil is going right there, so that will not take long to do that. I'm trying to save some of that because I need some up there where I'm doing the road. Just kind of roughly cut the spillway in. Just for some reason, I don't foresee it could possibly rain enough right now to get up that high, but if it does, it will flow around instead of breaching the dam, because that would be not good right now. All right, well, we'll see how much rain I end up getting this week, and whenever it's dry enough to come back out here and finish things up. So just a little bit of rain down here, and not really dry enough over there on the other side to burn a whole lot. So I just left that one pile burning, came over here. I'm gonna finish digging out this head section today. Just this little bit right here goes up to the grapple. So that's still probably 20 loads though. And I wanna scrape all that grass up. That's some really good topsoil right in there. I need from like that tree right there to the end, maybe 2 to 3 more loads. I'll probably do 3 that way once I do the overflow. I can clean all that up. I'm not going to contaminate too much, but I'll have a little extra topsoil to spread right there. So I'll probably dump 3 loads over the dam and just kind of knock that down. The reason I have not put the overflow in yet was I've been focused on trying to get all this dirt out of here before the rain, which they said was supposed to happen 2 days ago, and it hasn't happened yet. So I was rushed to get the pond dam done because I can put the overflow in if it's a little bit wet. I'm trying to move all this dirt around this farm when it's a little wet. not so much fun. So that's the reason on that. Check the spillway. I eyeballed it. It's about 2 inches too high, but I can make a couple passes with the dozer and get that cleaned up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start up both of these. I got to get the key for the dump truck and move some topsoil. All right, so I've hauled 2 loads so far, and I've got to the nice pretty black topsoil again. So I'm gonna cut this out, and this is gonna go on top of the pond dam. Oh yeah, look at that, that's like screened topsoil. So over the thousands of years, washing off of these fields into this meadow strip, all that nice sandy topsoil has accumulated. All I got to do is scoop it up and haul it over there to the pond dam. Look at that. That's going to grade out wonderful. So that's the reason I saved all this, knowing that I could just keep it safe and sound right here and not be in the way, and just move it at the end to where I need it to go. In the dump truck to the pond dam, back down there, and dump it out. Nice load. Come back, get another one. And away we go. So all this is going to get tore up with the road, so I'm not too worried about driving through the field. I ain't gonna say tore up, but it's gonna get disturbed through there. So I think I'm gonna haul 3 loads to the pond dam, and whatever I don't need, I can just row it off the backside. That way I'll save a little bit for the spillway here. I gotta make a couple more passes to get that clay down a little bit farther. It's pretty much on grade, but I'm gonna put about 2 or 3 inches of topsoil there so that something will actually grow. I may leave one spot of just that good red clay, and that way I know that it will not wash. But all in all, it's the spillways, for eyeballing it, it's like 2 inches from being exactly where it needs to be. So I'm kind of happy about that. Now I need to focus so I don't drive off the pond dam, because that would be bad. That would be very bad. So I probably need to try to blade this off a little bit before all the rain, so it doesn't turn all to mud. I'm gonna kind of scatter this a little bit. Kind of raise the bed up, drive off a little bit. Hopefully that scattered it somewhat, maybe. All right, let's go get another one. Well, folks, that is a wrap. Pond is complete, other than putting the overflow in when I know it's not going to rain all day. And we'll bring the skid steer and run the ruckus rake over the pond dam seed and straw that. Farmer's going to plant everything else up there. I'll see if he maybe wants to put a little seed out along the edges. Other than that, it's pretty much done. I'll probably run around these edges and just hit those with the rake and clean that up a little bit. But I got all of this dug out here today and tied back into the little meadow strip there. So got a nice little cove here now. All right, well, they say it may rain again tomorrow, so I guess I'll just wait and see.